The things which I have herebefore promised, I will perform and keep. So help me God.
Right now on weekend mornings, a new king has been crowned. King Charles III making history as the first monarch to be coronated in 70 years. Then here in Wisconsin, with Sheila Stubbs being rejected Thursday as Director of Human Services, who will be the new nominee? We'll have the details coming up.
I know it'll be a mild weekend. We still have some rounds of showers and thunderstorms coming. I'll track out and time those out, as well as maybe some potentially strong ones overnight.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us on weekend mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski, joined by Greg Barnhart. And let's get right into the forecast, Greg. What are we looking at today?
Unfortunately, clouds are going to be the rule, I think, a lot of time today, just because we have the overnight showers going on. Visible satellite shows you really a lot of clouds over the area. Not much break in it, so kind of a stratus low cloud day. I think that's going to be struggled to get out of here. We had a round of showers come through here earlier, not too much thunderstorms. We're tracking some leftover thunderstorms that are approaching western Wisconsin. We'll see if that can survive. It is starting to weaken, but that would be that little bit of activity we'll see. Otherwise, I think cloud cover is really going to be the issue for most. Future track shows that area does weaken. We'll see if it actually is to depict that. Otherwise, I don't see much going on for shower thunderstorm there afterwards, probably through early afternoon or all the way to the evening hours. Right now, there's your temperatures. Very warm overnight, considering we are the first part of May. Struggled to get below 60. Even our dew points are up to the mid-50s. So overall, kind of a muggy feel, and those actually will start climbing even more today. So unfortunately, I have a little bit of rain this morning. Maybe some breaks towards the evening, but I think a lot of cloud cover, so that's why our temps have kind of went down to the upper 60s, near 70, still mild. Severe risk, we do have something to indicate maybe late tonight and also tomorrow night, and I'll break down what to expect with those thunderstorms, as well as we might hit 80 likely tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Greg. We'll check back in with the full forecast in just a bit. Now, King Charles III and his wife, Queen Consort Camilla, have been formally crowned this morning in a historic ceremony at London's Westminster Abbey. The coronation ceremony, steeped in centuries of tradition, but with a few tweaks for the modern age, played out in front of about 2,000 invited guests and a global audience of millions. Here's Charles this morning taking the oath.
I will, according to the true intent of the enactments which secure the Protestant succession to the throne, uphold and maintain the said enactments to the best of my powers according to law.
Though Charles officially became king following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, on September 8th, today's coronation ceremony consecrates and celebrates his ascent. Flags across Wisconsin have been ordered to fly at half-staff today in honor of a Grafton man who was killed in World War II. Lieutenant Roy Harms, who piloted a B-24 bomber and was a member of the 329th Bombardment Squadron, died in August of 1943 during Operation Tidal Wave. In 2019, his remains were identified and have since been returned to Wisconsin. Harms was postmortemly awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, Air Medal, and Purple Heart. He will be taken to his final resting place in Grafton this afternoon.
This is a flawed process in which they have actually never given me a chance. They had no intentions.
Those were the words from Representative Sheila Stubbs Thursday after the Dane County Board of Supervisors rejected her confirmation as Director of Human Services for the county. Now County Executive Joe Parisi will need to come up with a new candidate for the job. Because that role still needs to be filled, board members are sharing what they think it will take for Parisi to find a candidate who they will approve. They want to see a more rigorous hiring process, saying not enough time or resources went into Stubbs' nomination. Talio Mohadin shares where their concern was in this situation.
This board, Mr. Chair, was asked to evaluate and act on this nomination. Mr. Chair, we did that.
Making it clear they're not afraid to ruffle some feathers.
There is a misnomer that our job as a county board is to be a rubber stamp.
Members of the Dane County Board are sending a message.
Resolution is denied.
As critical as many were of State Representative Sheila Stubbs' qualifications as the next Director of Human Services, ahead of a 27-2 majority vote against, a lot of their criticism was aimed at the man behind her appointment. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi.
It was open for less than 3 weeks. There was only one round of interviews and only 3 people on the interview panel. all of whom work for the county.
County supervisors questioned Parisi's nomination process, suggesting not enough time or resources were spent on finding the right candidate to match the weight of the role, managing 800 employees and $240 million in county funds, unlike with previous nominations.
The executive had fancy outside screening teams, conducted national searches, and held town hall meetings to get public input.
And with Stubbs out of the picture in what Parisi called an unprecedented move, he may have to take their feedback in stride.
How some of these appointments have moved through previous boards may not have had questions or objections. That is not this board.
Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
News 3 Now has reached out to Parisi's office for a statement on what comes next, but have not heard back. If you have any at-home COVID-19 tests, you're encouraged to check your medicine cabinets. The FDA is recalling at-home tests belonging to the brand Pilot. The recall order says the liquid buffer solution may be contaminated with potentially harmful bacteria. People with Pilot tests are advised to throw the entire test in the trash, to not open the vials of liquid, and to not pour anything down the drain. No illnesses have been reported, but direct exposure to the liquid in the tube could lead to serious illness. The United States is set to let its COVID-19 public health emergency end on Thursday, May 11th. And when it does so, it will also end Title 42. That pandemic-era policy allows immigration authorities to rapidly turn back thousands of migrants without giving them a chance for asylum. But Homeland Security officials are trying to drive home the message that the U.S. border is not open. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says federal officials have arrested more than 10,000 smugglers. Mayorkas urged Congress to take action to fix an immigration system he calls, quote, broken.
We are working within a broken immigration system that for decades has been in dire need of reform. That is a fact about which everyone agrees. And we urge Congress to fix our broken immigration system.
Earlier this week, President Biden announced his administration is sending an additional 1,500 troops to the border as they brace for the end of Title 42. That puts the total number of soldiers deployed at the border to more than 4,000. With the beautiful weather we've seen over the past couple of days, you might start to notice your seasonal allergies are kicking in. Our Catherine Merck spoke with a few local health experts about monitoring your symptoms properly, even with eased COVID restrictions.
A lot of people have kind of moved on from COVID and have not wanted to think that symptoms could be due to COVID.
Friday marks a landmark in the COVID-19 pandemic. It was announced that on May 11th, the nation's COVID-19 public health emergency will officially expire. The CDC deputy director says that doesn't mean COVID is gone for good.
Does this at all change how the American public should treat COVID?
COVID-19 remains a risk, even though the public health emergency is coming to a close, especially for Americans who are immune compromised.
The move comes at a time when many people feel their allergies are at a peak.
Unfortunately, there's a large crossover between symptoms of COVID and spring allergy.
Dr. Mark Moss is an allergist at UW Health. He says even though some variants of COVID have symptoms similar to allergies, there are some differences and signs that you might need a COVID test.
Allergies don't cause people to have fevers, chills, body aches, or in general, extreme fatigue. Those symptoms would highly suggest viral infections such as COVID.
So on these days with spring-like temperatures, make sure to monitor your symptoms to avoid the virus from the 3-year health emergency.
And if your symptoms are particularly severe on days where it's warm and sunny and we've got a nice southerly breeze, your symptoms are more likely to be due to allergy.
To avoid those seasonal allergy symptoms while you're outside, Dr. Moss says to wear a pollen mask while mowing the lawn or weeding the yard. He also says people with allergies should avoid hanging clothes and sheets outside to dry. Coming up next, Will Loper gives us a look at several new shows and movies to check out this weekend and 3 things to watch. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day star.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Jardiance may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
How do we decide what hotel to book?
Fear not, I got you. Choice Hotels has a hotel for every type of stay. Like a comfort with the kiddos.
Spacious.
That's what they all say. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct at choicehotels.com.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4-imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
To stay locked in, I need to keep up my strength and my energy.
Cliff Bar is the ultimate energy bar, purposefully crafted with a blend of protein, fat, and carbs.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Now, with all the news coverage of King Charles' coronation today, some might want to just tune it all out. Others, though, may want to check out a new Netflix prequel of Bridgerton, a historical drama about the life of the royal family. Will Loper has a look at Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, and more in 3 things to watch this weekend.
We do not know why we are here. We do not know who built the silo. And why we are underground.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the series Silo.
We only know the world outside our sanctuary is death.
Rebecca Ferguson, Rashida Jones, and David Oyelowo star in the show that takes place in a future in which thousands live inside a giant silo safe from the toxic outside. That is, until secrets about the silo are found out.
The world beyond the silo.
What if what we see is not what's out there?
Down in Mechanical, there's always someone who has a theory about the silo.
I need to find out the truth.
The first 2 episodes of Silo are streaming on Apple TV Plus. Newly streaming on Disney Plus is the 2nd season of Star Wars Visions.
Everyone has an inner light.
9 animation studios bring 9 different Star Wars stories to life in various styles.
I always knew you were meant for bigger things.
What if you just keep going?
The first 2 episodes of Star Wars Vision Season 2 are streaming on Disney Plus now.
May the Force be with you.
There is reason they wanted me. Why me?
Charlotte, but there are worse fates than marrying the King of England.
And newly streaming on Netflix is Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
Grimsley, tell me about the king. Is he ugly, perhaps deformed?
He is the king.
Yes. And?
A spin-off of the Bridgerton series, this prequel show follows Charlotte's marriage to King George III.
I realize you have no reason to like me. But if you will give me one evening of your time, it might make you hate me a little bit less.
That's a reasonable idea.
All 6 episodes of Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story are streaming on Netflix now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
In other news, Wisconsin now has a new area code. Area code 274 will overlay the areas currently served by the 920 area code, which is expected to run out of available phone numbers by the first quarter of next year. Some of the cities affected by the change include Beaver Dam, Fort Atkinson, Watertown, and Columbus. Those with a 920 area code will not need to change their numbers. Elsewhere in the state, the 353 area code is set to launch later this year in the same area served by the 608 area code. On Friday, Evelyn Elementary scholars donated literacy kits as part of Better World Day. It was all done to support new mothers of color at Unity Point Health Meriter Hospital. The kits contain 3 books as well as baby blankets, onesies, bookmarks, and more. These scholars made the donation to honor the memory of longtime Evelyn teacher Stephanie Bernard, who passed away in 2022.
So it took like the whole school to make these kits because everyone in the school had to make like bookmarks, blankets, baby onesies, and yeah.
The literacy kits are aids to increase opportunities for reading and decrease barriers like access to books. In this week's look at the top health stories, Esther Martinez has a good reason to keep cell phone calls short and a major breakthrough in the fight against RSV.
The Food and Drug Administration approved the first vaccine for RSV to protect adults 60 and older. It's called Arexvy, and the U.S. hopes to roll out shots before the fall and winter cold season. RSV commonly lands wheezing babies in the hospital, but it can also be deadly for seniors. New data shows a dramatic increase in fentanyl overdoses and deaths in the U.S. The CDC reports from 2016 to 2021, the fentanyl death rate quadrupled from roughly 5 deaths per 100,000 people to more than 20 deaths per 100,000. The data also showed a rise in methamphetamine and cocaine deaths, but a decrease in heroin and oxycodone deaths. And too much time on the cell phone might be a health risk. That's according to Chinese researchers who found talking on the cell phone for 30 minutes or more a week is linked to a 12% increased risk of high blood pressure. Doctors say keeping calls short could help preserve heart health. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, our Zach Hanley has a look at last night's Guarding Against Cancer at the Kohl Center. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
If you've got the TV volume way up right now, then you really need these. These tiny but powerful little hearing aids are the Nano CIC Recharge, priced at only $297 for a full pair. These are not simply amplifiers. These are ultra high quality, ultra reliable hearing aids, priced thousands less than other hearing aids. They fit right in your ear. Nothing shows in the back of your ear. Payments as low as $36 a month.
1-800-276-3995.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
All the things I feel inside when I see my mother's eyes. Love is always in her smile. There is no home like a mom.
Celebrate the mom in your life. Choose from our collection of gift sets starting at $99.
You've been counting the days, weeks, months, just waiting for the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99. Or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Yeah, although we're going to have showers and thunderstorms this weekend, some strong, severe. It's going to be mostly during the overnight hours, so a lot of time the day will be fairly quiet. So we'll kind of time this out for today and tomorrow. Really, like I said, we have thunderstorms tonight and Sunday night, both nights. Some could be strong or severe. There's also the heavy rain threat. Both of these threats really are probably south of Madison towards Illinois line is where the greatest threat is. Tomorrow, we're going to get up to the 80s. We'll have more sun during the day. We'll feel kind of muggy with dew points getting back into the 60s here. And then comes Monday, Tuesday, a little bit cooler. We have showers and thunderstorms. Chances continue Monday. Not as much as we saw probably this weekend. Not severe. Drier Tuesday. And it'll be slightly cooler, back to more 60s to 70s, so something of a change, but then it'll even be drier as we get to Wednesday, Thursday. Now, if we look at the big picture, really, overall, we just have this low pressure out to the west. We have this westerly, southwesterly flow aloft, so these waves keep coming northward, one after another, and that's what's really generating the showers and thunderstorms. Right now, the one over in Iowa that's weakening. We have the stuff that's moved east of our area overnight, too. So we'll see more of it develop in this area and then lift northeast as it rotates up. So that's what we're kind of looking for right now. If we time out, really, for the next 24 hours here, you can see overall today should be just cloud cover. We're going to have a problem getting rid of the stratus clouds, but precipitation-wise, we may see a few pop up this afternoon over some of the areas we get back in the 60s. I think the better shot will be closer towards the evening. You see a line of showers and thunderstorms develop over southwestern Wisconsin. They spread eastward overnight. Looks like really the pain we're going to have to watch out for is the severe threat eventually later tonight is closer to the Illinois border. You'll see that in a second here as we go further in the night. There's the one round, and here's that little batch towards south of Dubuque to Monroe and Janesville is one that's going to be probably the strongest of the cells that could be strong or severe. We'll have to keep an eye. Well, just depends on the track of that. That'll lift through the area overnight, so you wake up tomorrow morning, it should be once again fairly warm, low 60s. Most of the shower activity will probably be done, maybe a few lingering ones in the morning hours. And then as we go into the afternoon, we'll have more sun tomorrow. That'll actually allow our temperatures to boost up all the way up into almost the 80s, low 80s for most of the areas. You see the winds start picking up. That warm front has lifted north. You'll see the winds start picking out of the southeast towards Dubuque. And then the next round of showers and thunderstorms is more likely Sunday night into Monday morning. Once again, it shows that wave coming through and another one overnight too. These potentially could be strong, and especially as we go later in the night towards Monday morning, heavy rain potential too. As you see, southwestern Wisconsin, Platteville to Monroe, Janesville, could see excessive rainfall if this lines up with what's depicted. So we have to keep an eye really south of Madison is the area to watch for both nights and for heavy rain potential. Once again, the best threat is probably further south, and it would be a hail threat if we see anything with this activity. So once again, we'll keep an eye on this for tonight and tomorrow, but it should be clear. As you look for the extended forecast, once we get past that, Tuesday looks fairly dry. We'll get to the mid-70s. The rest of the week looks okay for Wednesday, but then we get more of unsettled conditions towards the end of the week and to next weekend towards Mother's Day. A lot of questions remain on that. But really the focus for us is in probably the next 48 hours, considering the thunderstorm and chances at night and whether we see any strong or severe and heavy rainfall.
Guarding Against Cancer returned for an old-fashioned experience at the Cole Center Supper Club. Can you pick out this year's theme? The cause is still the same. Raise money for cancer research and care across the state of Wisconsin. And this year, Greg Gard brought in the big guns. Matt LaFleur to help. And to the head of the pack, it was a no-brainer to team up and support the cause.
He was just a matter of, hey, I'll make sure I can schedule rookie camp around that a little bit, and I'm going to try to make it. So I gave him about 4 or 5 days. I hit him back with a text, and then he hit me back and said, I'm in.
We all pull for one another, whether you're from Wisconsin or from another place. I mean, we're here. We know how passionate our fans are in the state, so it's great that we all cheer for one another and support one another.
It was a big night at Pewaukee High School for the Watt family. Former Badgers and current Pittsburgh Steelers TJ and Derek returned to where it all began to have their jerseys retired. Of course, following in the footsteps of older brother JJ, the three brothers are now forever enshrined in Pewaukee Pirate history. Wisconsin softball hosting Iowa in a big series opener. Badgers scored 2 in the first, and then Kayla Conwin added another run in the 5th. She smacks one through for an RBI single to put Bucky up 3, and that was more than enough run support for Maddie Schwartz. Their ace pitched the shutout. Badgers get a much-needed win, 3-0 the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
And finally this morning, Sun Prairie's Farmer Market opens today with a wide variety of local farmers, artisan food producers, and makers from around the area. Today you can join in on the fun of locally grown produce. Live music is being provided by Martha Hans from 10 to noon, and the market will run each Saturday through October 28th from 7 a.m. to noon. Great.
Yeah, we're looking at some showers and thunderstorms today. The best shot will probably be this evening and overnight. Some strong or severe, probably further south of Madison. Warm tomorrow, 80s with more sun, and then another round probably Sunday night into Monday with more strong to severe and potentially heavy rainfall. Other than that, it should actually be warm night tomorrow with low 60s tonight and 80s for your high temps tomorrow.
Have a great Saturday.